to IRL F3 round 20, and it's at Germany. With that, I'm Sondre Sorhaug, and I will be providing commentary together with Ollie Flavel today.
Hello.
And
it's good to be here.
as people can see, it's not the biggest grid today. Unfortunately, some people have decided that going skiing is funnier than doing a league race.
To be fair, skiing is pretty fun. I've been skiing once when I was younger, and I really enjoyed it. It's good fun, good exercise, and fair play. It's half term, it's spring break, whatever you want to call it. It's nice to go have a little relax. Shame that we're lacking the drivers, but it's going to be good.
Well, I can't disagree too much with you there, and I've been skiing a lot in my childhood, and obviously I thought it was fun at some point, although right now I'm just kind of bored of it, so for me it's not really the best.
Oh, Jack's crashed, Jack's crashed!
Oh! And that's early.
Oh, I just caught the end of that.
Oh, is it? Oh, no.
I was watching you. He
Out
just,
of
like,
there, alright.
He went on the gravel. Oh.
Well, I mean, it's not the first time we've seen something like that happen. But,
Oops.
well, that's one possible pole sitter out of quali. And we can see that Alder is the first one who's actually going to be doing a lap, and he's out on hard tires. And with that,
it's Luke. Luke's leading. Oh no, he's not. I'm blind. I just saw him throw his head on track.
Well, with that, Ollie, if you could take us through the possible strategies and give us your opinion.
So as we can see on the telemetry, you've got a few drivers opting to go on the softs, which isn't an optimum strategy, which will probably be setting themselves up for a two-stop and aiming for a safety car. However, we have the majority of the grid aiming for the better strategy, which is the mediums hards, or the hard mediums on the alternate strategy. We have drivers such as, I can't say their names, we've got Luke on the outlap getting ready to start his lap on the mediums, which is surprisingly early. We will find out if he's going onto the softs. Oh, and he's bottled it. It's gone wide. I find it usually better to do 2 outlaps for this track, as you get more warmth from your tyres. Oh, there's yellow flag. Don't know if it's someone slowing down, but it just, you get better traction and less understeer going through turn 1, going through turn 1. So you can usually pay off to do 2 outlaps, which I think is what Luke's doing. Don't know. You see Langfell starts. I've just done his first lap. He's done a 13.5 on the hards.
Oh!
Been a crash.
And that is Tim out of quali after turn 1, I believe. Let's see if we can have a look at that as Ivan Brita comes through.
Oh, turn 1.
Oh, and he's standing
I
there.
was on board with Ivan, and I just saw.
I was too, and that is very unfortunate for Tim. I know he's been looking forward to this race, obviously it being his home race. He's been close to a win recently. His pace has been up there for the wins lately, but just haven't had the luck on his side, and today he's not really having the luck on his side either.
Luke's just going to set a 14.2 on those mediums. It's not the quickest lap, and he's still 7 tenths off the leader. I don't know if he's made a mistake on his lap, or he's just going for a normal lap, like a slow lap, so he can save his tyres. I don't know, but he's got very little ERS left, and he's still burning it going down the straight, so I don't know what's going on there.
Ooh! And I just got a look at Halvor through turn 1, looking not really steady, and obviously being the championship leader today. He's leading with 47 points to his teammate Langfell, so if my math is correct, 8th place to secure it. Am I right, Ollie? Well, obviously where Langfell finishes too, but
Alder is starting to finish his lap, I believe, unless he's going again. Oh, he just ran out of ERS. 3. About 500 of a second of his teammate who's on the soft compounder tyres. Luke isn't looking too good at this stage, and he might want to stay on. Oh, Helga just lost it at turn 3. But he might want to stay on those tyres, because going the softer tyres could ruin his race by, unless he's gunning for that safety car, but even then he'd still be put to the back of the grid, which could be negative for his strategy.
Oh, you are very much correct there. As Alder has finished his lap, it wasn't as very good
Tohonis
lap.
is on a lap. TJ Tohonis.
Oh, he actually
Going through turn
boarded it.
3.
Well,
Yeah, he's on a lap. The rest right over.
him.
He's done. It's 8 tenths improved on his first sector.
We are going to go back to him actually, because he seems to be the only driver on the lap. And
Ooh, he's gone wide at the hairpin a little bit. He didn't quite clip the apex and hasn't quite got it down under traction.
not the best hairpin there now, but time-wise though, Ollie, what do you think we're going to hit there today?
I don't know. People in AOR, not in AOR, in the top tier were setting 12 flats on the medium, on the hards. So I feel like a good time on the hard could be a 13 flat for some of these drivers, and on the mediums maybe expect. Well, if we're going off this time, we're expecting about a 12.7, giving us about 7-8 tenths improvement between the hards and the mediums. So I reckon we'll see a 12.7 pole.
Mid 12 on the other end then.
On the mediums and
Around
mid 12.
Well, obviously. Nonetheless though, Halvor goes provisional with a 13.3, 210. Or is it a 13.2? It's a 13.2
He's done a
actually.
13.2, 3 tenths quicker.
Fair enough. Let's see. We say Paul should be on a lap here. Coming into the final sector in just a few moments time now. Into this quick right-hander, which...
We're sliding out a little bit.
Well, not as bad as Jack though.
Yeah.
gotta be honest. If you lose the back end, a small amount there, like that's not too unusual.
Just had a little moment there.
But
Using all the track on the exit.
Over the line,
He goes
it's gonna be a
second of 13.4.
And in his debut competitive, this Halvor. Oh, he might be going for
Langfjell will be the next to go on a lap, I think.
Oh, you are correct there. Still out on the hard tires, so he believes that he can go quicker. Remember this, he needs to win today. He did manage to win last week when Halvor wasn't here. So he did exactly what he needed. But he's going to have to...
Very slow for turn 1. That's what I'm saying. That the second outlap can do bits for some of those drivers on the hards. Because he can't quite carry the maximum apex speed and it's slowing them down. Taking the curve through turn 3 there. Get nice and tight going down to the Curva Grande. Into turn 5, which is the infamous hairpin where a lot of action could happen today. A lot of overtakes. Also be possible crashes or two. So you get a flag, I'm not quite sure that's for. Oh, and he's gone deep again. It's deep into the hairpin. Maybe brake a little bit earlier and try eradicate those mistakes. Gain about 10 for 2 from there. Trying to short shift. Engine doesn't sound the best. Nice curb, nice line there. Isn't extending, isn't using all the track, so you can optimise there. See how the rear is through there. It seemed alright. It's better than Jack Mears' rear, of course, who bottled it on his outlap. Let's see how his third sector is. Instead of taking a wide sweeping line, using all the curve on the inside, trying to use as much curve on the outside as well, and comes across the line to set a 1 minute 14.78 on his second lap on the hard. A 10.5 off the leader, but well, actually, it's 2 attempts. But can he find more time on the mediums when he goes and comes back out?
Oh, I'm talking about the mediums. Tom Spicer should be the first lap out on the medium tires. Oh,
he's gone wide. Still not a quick lap.
The last corner. As there's yellow.
I check his sector times. Might have made a mistake, or he just wasn't that quick. 16.2, 30. Yeah, he's on a 16.2, 35.6, and a 23 flat in the last sector. Isn't the best. Expect to be seeing him higher up the grid, hopefully, with more runs. Can't tell if he's going for another lap. No, he's on an in lap, I believe.
Oh, Oh, but look at this. Oh, it looked like Luke was going to go well off in turn 1 there, but he's managed to keep it as he's the first driver to actually set a lap on the... maybe he's going to do your move, trying to break down before the line.
Using all the curve on the inside, he's got a little bit of a distraction of Ferrari ahead. Can be a little bit off-putting, but shouldn't have made that much of a difference. So he has in the braking zone, using all the curb, going to the left straight away. Oh, he's taking a wide line, he's had to blip off the throttle. Isn't what he wants to be doing, he's going a second and a half up. The rear wasn't there at all for that corner, he's tried turning it, and just turned in too quickly. Isn't going right up against the curb as well. It's just like little errors that add up and just making him lose time. Let's see where he compares to TJ on those medium tyres. Isn't the cleanest of laps. And he crosses the line to set a 1 minute 12.6, and that's a lap I expect to see the likes of the Alfa Romeo setting on mediums. So could be interesting couple of laps for the top 3 drivers.
Possibly, but looking at this though, Ivan Brito is setting himself up to go out on soft tires now, and well, Ivan Brito has won a race earlier this season, so he should have the pace to challenge the Alphas. So it's going to be interesting to see what he does on those soft tires, unless of course that he breaks down before the line. But in that case though, it's a good idea to brake early enough. For when you say that, Ollie?
Yeah, it would be better. Moving on to Willie though, I believe he's going on another lap. It's his 4th lap on these tyres, or maybe his 5th lap, but he's done 4 laps on them already. Quite a little bit of wear onto them, so it could compromise him in the race if he chooses to stay on the hards and not go onto the mediums or the softs. We shall see if he goes into the pits or not, but Ivan Brito's setting himself up, not pushing too hard, not trying to take all of the best juice out of the tyres, but we shall see how he does. Oh, and Billy's going into the pits. So we turn our attention now to Ivan Brito, getting ready to start his lap. Let's watch how he goes through turn 1 if his rear kicks out.
Let's see,
misses the apex a little bit, just being cautious he doesn't invalidate. Trying to be consistent. A little bit of a wide line, isn't setting himself up for the best going down the next straight. Giving himself a tighter line, isn't quite getting to the left hand side.
It's not purple.
He's on the curve now. Oh, the yellow flag! Langfield's out!
Oh, Langfield!
Where is that?
It is turn 1.
Oh yeah. That's a shame.
And that is not gonna make his race easier when he has to win.
He'll be starting on the hards now, so he will have the alternate strategy compared to the other drivers.
And I have seen that strategy in use before, and it is really a good strategy if it works out. So we'll have to see. Ivan Brito though, he's gone purple
pretty solid.
in the second sector now. So
second sector pretty solid, taking a wide line. Careful not to Sebastian Vettel.
I believe he locked up into that corner actually.
Taking a really tight line, isn't setting himself up best for the last corner. Will we see him go pole?
Definitely pushing.
Yes, he does. He's done a 12.3 on the softs. 3.5 temps quicker than P2, which is Luke Red. Who else on a lap? We've got Willie Mammoth on his lap. No, he's on his lap, I think. Oh no, he's on his second. I think he's doing 2 out laps.
Either that, yeah. Or he's just messed up the lap earlier.
I don't know what's going on here. He's got some sort of issues with his wheeler controller. Thinking rather fun. Oh, he's just set a lap. He's setting a really slow out lap.
Well, nonetheless, though, he's on his lap now into turn 2.
He's taking a nice line there.
Too bad.
Up in a second and a half for his first sector.
Down to the hairpin, we can see Billy behind him, eager to start his final lap on... Interesting, Billy's opting to go on soft tires for his final lap, Ollie.
Interesting. I'm just
Billy, you gotta get out of... Oh, no.
What happened? I was on board with Farf.
Well, Billy and Craig Woolley has just been involved in a crash right now, and obviously Billy is on an outlap. Craig was on his lap, so although Craig did a mistake in the hairpin, Billy should have just backed off and let him do his lap. And now
Spice has just set a 13.8, but Farther's the next one to cross the line. He's 3 attempts up on his lap. Looking around a 13 flat. Comes on the final corner.
It's going to be
a little bit late in DRS, and he's gone to P3.
But I can see 2 drivers on their outlaps though, Halvor and Haugrid. Who's first of those 2? Haugrid, I believe.
Haugrid's first. Oh, he's backed off. Oh, he hasn't backed off. He's just going to start his lap.
He's getting ready.
Let's see if Langfiel's teammate TJ can counter on his mistake and put that car on pole. If not on pole, within top 2, aka the front grid. Haugrid starting his lap. Looked like a fairly solid turn 1. Let's see how much time he gains through the first sector after these next 2 sequence of corners. Nice line, keeping it nice and tight to the right so he doesn't have a tight angle through the exit. Carrying down his motor, and he's 5 attempts up already. It's looking really good for him. Let's see what his braking is like.
Is one of the front runners there, and I definitely expect him up by Paul, Halvor, those guys. Not sure if he's going to be able to beat his teammate Luke, but I guess we'll find out in a moment as we come to the corner where Billy and Craig crashed together. Jeremy saying Jack's gonna win. Oh, as Haugrid has invalidated his lap, which means that it's not gonna be an improvement for him.
TJ's coming around that famous corner where Jack Mir crashed.
Halvor's also invalidated his lap, so he's going to be starting in 4th. Luke, on the other hand, hasn't invalidated. I'm not sure if he is up on his lap, but we will see now. He's on soft tires.
TJ's coming around the last corner. Oh, he's backed off on his lap.
Yeah, he's invalidated.
Oh, I didn't realise. I only just came on board with him.
But Luke Baker, though, around the final corner, he's not going to be able to beat Pole. And we can see that in the live stream chat there is both comments from Craig and Billy. But with this though, Ivan Brito will be starting in pole, setting a 1:12.3 on soft tires ahead of Luke Baker in 2nd. Then we have Paul Farthing in 3rd, Halvor Schontveit in 4th, Bjorn Einar Langfield in 5th, Tom Spicer in 6th, then we have Haugrid in 7th, Billy in 8th, Craig Woolley in 9th, Jack Kampenkel in 10th, and Tim Bruce Dalins in 11th in his home race. With that though, Tim in 11th on his home race only. It's not over. But
of course it's not over. Some people be on the softs, and some people be on the soft tyres, so I'll automatically jumping forward because they'll be doing the 2-stop. And some drivers will be hoping for a safety car or a virtual safety car. But just reading through the chat, I've seen that Billy has been having some problems with his setup. Don't know if that's his rear not being planted enough, but that could be costly from in the race, couldn't it?
Well, I can see Tim saying here that he will fight, so it's definitely, I can bet you that he's been practicing all week and all season for this race, hoping to grab his first ever win in IRL. Of course, he did actually win the whole summer season. We hosted, well, last summer, but he's yet to win a race in the regular season.
Storm is predicting that Tim or Jack will win. Let's see if this happens.
Tim or Jack, not bad suggestions there.
I'm just going for the details. Let's go tyres. So I don't know his
Both
name.
Tim and Jack opting to start on medium tires, even though they were free to choose. Looking at this, though, what do you think the two drivers on the front row are going to do, Ollie? They have two options. It's either a two-stop or to go over to the hards early on. And to do that is possible, but you got to take those softs to around lap 6, though.
Yeah, but the issue with doing that is that the hards will be really warm by the end, and the amount of time you'll lose just doesn't have the same amount of benefits it has at starting on the mediums.
Well, it could have benefits though, because obviously in Germany turn 1 there is usually a crash involving 2 or 3 cars, and obviously being on the front row you are less exposed to that, so you could end up slipping a little away from everybody, and then that could play into your hands. So, but of course,
but you're playing with God. It's really risky, and you just don't know what's going to happen.
You're taking a risk. You're taking a gamble. I am very familiar to taking that gamble, and it's paid off, and it's not paid off.
So let's run through the drivers. We've got the top 2 on softs. We've got third place Farf being on the mediums. Both Alfa Romeos being on the hard. So that's going to be interesting when it comes to pit stops, whether whoever gets the pit priority, or will they trip over each other later on in the race. Tom Spicer being on the mediums, and Halgrid and Billy being on the hards. Mammoth comes in behind them, P9 on the hards, and Jack Mia and Tim both being on the mediums to round up the back.
Oh, it's gonna be spicy. As we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights, and there
My thing's glitched.
We go, and look at that. I see a kind of a bad. Oh, and look at this. Luke Baker has had a great start, while
Phoebe got damaged.
Cautious in turn 1 there, and I think that's ended up with Paul getting damaged. And look at this Paul, though. He's around the outside of Ivan Brito here. He's gonna take that second position from Ivan. In the meantime, we can see both. Oh, and I see. Who am I seeing?
Tom Spicer.
Oh, and that is not good for Tom. But look at this, though. They're going side by side everywhere. We can see that Ivan Brito is back up to second.
Billy's gone wide for the hairpin.
Oh, and you can see that Langfield has actually overtaken his teammate Halvor, and he needs to do this. He needs to win this race, though, so he's going to have to... Oh,
TJ's going down the inside of his teammate.
Oh.
Langfeld and TJ both going side by side. This is going to make them lose time and pull them away from the DRS.
But I think Langfield has managed to get that position back anyway. And they're still within DRS range on the drivers ahead. Luke Baker, though, what an amazing start for him, just taking that first position into turn 1.
Got a good start, didn't they? Let's have a look at the position changes.
Tim from last to 6th at the moment.
Yeah, Tim made up 5 places in the starting, with Jack making up 3, so both of them got really good starts. However, the big loser of all that was Tom Spicer, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Going all the way down the grid.
Oh, Halvor losing the back end in turn 2. He's been passed by Tim. He's gonna get passed by Jack too. He might actually be challenged by Billy down the straight.
We've got 3 wide going down to the hairpin.
Oh no.
It's gonna be a crash
wide
here.
into the hairpin. Looks like Halvor has managed to keep his position.
Going side by side. Tim and TJ going side by side. Of course, Fireworks is backing out, showing experience.
Oh, and look at this.
TJ goes inside to cover.
But Jack's back.
Oh, TJ's gone wide.
Oh, but
TJ's
look at this
deep.
though. Tim, he takes advantage of Halvor going a little wider, and he's gone up to 5th. What an amazing start by Tim today.
Ivan's looking very racy against Luke.
Oh, Ivan is coming a little back after his poor start. Oh, so it looks like his back end is just sliding around that second to last corner there. Ivan with the fastest lap so far.
Oh, Ivan's had a mistake. He's lost about a second there.
That's
second 8
not
turns
good.
to turn
That is
1, he
out
picked
of
up a warning.
DRS range.
His rear isn't looking, his softs are going off already. You can tell his rears are going, and the Farther's looking to make a move on them. We're about to have another freeway moment, I think.
In the Red Bull, can he make a move? He's too far behind this time. But look further down though, we have Halvor on
Jack! Oh, Jack just gone and clipped the back of TJ. Don't know if he picked up damage or not.
Like they both
he seems alright, he doesn't have damage. It's crucial for Luke now to put it away from his rival. And P2's on the same tyres, because he doesn't want to be losing out on track.
Look at
position
Paul
all time.
in the third though, he's closing in on Ivan, he's getting back at him now and ooh,
I think Billy might have damage.
Did you see that? Ivan went so wide in that fast right-hander there.
Billy's good. I was looking for the back of the grid. Oh, Ivan's made a mistake. He's locked up, and now we can see all the medium and the hard runners starting to close up as the soft start to die.
Yeah, fortunately for Luke, he's also on soft though. He has that buffer.
DRS is now active.
Burrito.
Oh, Farf's gone wide at turn 1. Surely that's going to be a warning.
Let's see here who is going to make a move. I think Ivan has just lost DRS on Luke.
He's in it. He's in it. He's got it, I think. He's got it.
Oh, that is lucky. But look at the cars up behind though. Everybody's gaining.
Jack Mears used a lot of his
oh, as
DRS.
Luke has gone deep, and Ivan is gonna look to take advantage of this. He's on the inside for this next corner. It's gonna be the outside now, though. Luke is not gonna give it up.
Oh, just gone over the curb.
Oh.
Lovely move around the outside there from Ivan.
Ah, lovely.
Simply lovely.
That was a lovely move.
Ankel's looking like he wants to make a move on Farf. Saving his all his resources rather nicely as everyone. Oh, Ivan's made a mistake. Everyone's backing up. That could be dangerous. And Farf goes around the outside of Luke.
Oh no!
Oh,
Ivan!
crash! Oh!
Oh, and Luke is around, and he knows.
Everyone's gone off on the ice rink.
Be careful.
Oh,
there.
Ivan's gone.
Ivan, but did Ivan?
Yeah, he's spun.
And two soft runners now. Both are well. Ivan can't go into the pit either. He has to complete this next lap.
He's doing a lap with no wing. Oh no, he got no damage.
And I can see that Tim is looking like he has damage.
Does he?
Yeah,
he's got damage in the front left wing. Yeah.
And then played, but look at this though. Tim is getting close to the rear of Langfield. Jack is getting close to the rear of Tim.
Oh, TJ's rear was sliding.
Oh, and Langfield's gone wide. And he's lost the position.
Jack Mears on the inside of Langfield. Oh, he's backed out.
Oh, and I can see that Langfield also missing an end plate right now. And look at that.
Feels like the race is turning into Farf's hands. He's got 2 seconds clear of explosions, and that's going to be crucial because he won't be sticking his DRS. It's down to pure pace to see who's the quicker driver. As you can see, he's starting to play already. The gap's 2.4 seconds, and there's been an overtake between Billy and Halgrid. Billy went down the inside of the Sachs curve, but of course, Billy has damage.
Ah, how much? Oh, as we can see that Jack is a little into the rear of Langfield there. Probably didn't expect Langfield to be struggling that much.
Oh, we've got a few people pitting. We've got Billy and Langfield
both with wing damage.
Yeah.
Interesting though, Tim is staying out with his wing damage, so he believes that he won't be affected too much by it.
Has he got damage? Tim doesn't have damage. Oh no, Tim. Yeah.
Oh, he does. Giving it up, and they're side by side, a little
that
contact
leaves him
there.
no room. TJ's on the outside of him, getting ready for a switchback coming into the next right-hander.
Oh, is TJ gonna risk this move though? He's not. He's gonna be sitting behind for the moment.
Has Farf made a mistake?
As Tim went wide, and look at this, Halvor. He's gonna look for the move, but he couldn't make it there. And this is perfect for Jack. He's getting away from Halvor and the others.
He's already cleared DRS. It's really good for his race. Let's see if he can close down to the gap for the leader.
Oh, he's gonna.
Will TJ go for a move into turn 1?
Oh, he will. And look at this.
Got through.
On the inside of turn 1.
Oh, Hauger's going through as well. Down the inside at turn 2.
Oh.
Going side by side. Is he leaving the room? He's shut the door. And he sticks his wing in there.
Oh, but Tim is still there, and they're side by side, but Hauger is on the grass.
That wasn't very nice.
No, that was not nice
Tom
at all.
Spice looking to send down the inside. He sends it.
Oh, and look at that. Hauger taking advantage of Tim being wide there.
Oh, Hauger's still there.
Oh, but Tim is too, and this battling with Tim and Hauger has been feisty. Oh my god.
TJ's closing on Jack.
Hauger just made the move in the fast right-hander there.
Did he?
Didn't even realize that he was going for it before I saw that he was suddenly ahead now.
Oh, I was on board of Spicer, who's just gone wide at the last corner.
And I think Tim.
Oh, Hauger's spun! Ooh, that was close for him. He nearly lost it in the last corner.
Oh my god, did he save it? Oh,
yeah.
But his rears though, they gotta be a little hot now because you can see him losing it a little in turn 1 there too. But let's see though, Tim in
TJ
for
hasn't got DRS
tires.
Strange.
So I am gonna assume that that is a mistake because
yeah.
I don't know, he could have taken the hearts from here and that would have been his best option.
He'll be fighting Luke.
Look at this though, Jack isn't catching on Paul anymore. They're pretty much staying at around 3.5, 3.7 around that area. But look at this though, Halvor on the back of Jack, and well, saying it, I'm kind of starting to realize that maybe he's not catching because they might be fighting.
It's important now for TJ to save all his resources for when Jack pits. He'll be able to push on his own steam.
Oh, that is very
Jack's
true.
pulled in 6 temps on this lap, I believe. Has we made a mistake?
It's going a little up and down because Jack was down at 3 seconds, but then it went up to 3.7 again, and
they're using the same amount of ERS with each other.
Jack though, he is managing his ERS fairly well, considering that he's not in DRS.
TJ's rears are still a little hot, or it's his setup that isn't very comfortable. Just losing his rear going through turn 2 on a braking when he's short shifting isn't the best for his tyres. But you can see him, he's saving all his ERS, so you can see that the gap is coming down between P1 and P2. Hauger's sitting behind Spice as well.
Hauger is probably running the same tactics right now, just saving his ERS until... When will the medium drivers be pitting? Alright. So I will say lap 13 to 15 then, considering he's 1 and 2, so...
Gap's calmed down the last 2 laps. Faith doesn't look to be that comfortable in the last sector, which is where Jack's gaining all of his time.
Could also be that Paul is
Jack's
starting
wide.
to struggle with his tires.
Hauger's looking racy with Tom Spicer.
Oh, you're right, and maybe we'll see an overtake from Hauger.
He'll probably just sit behind, save his ERS. He's just wasting it. He's got a better line than Spicer. TJ sitting behind. Langfield's picked up his first penalty of the race.
That's early, and Hauger isn't pushing down the straight, so he's
choosing the inside line.
He's made the overtake with ERS mode 1 on the straight ollie.
Impressive. He must be running a low downforce setup. TJ's still sitting behind, saving those resources while, and meanwhile Jack's pushing, trying to bring down that gap to Farf. Let's come down a little bit. I want to go on board with Farf and see what he's like in the last sector, because he seems to be losing all his time there.
You'll do that, and I'll have a look at Halvor to see how his rear is.
Made a mistake again, Farf.
Do you think it's just his tires though, or?
Could be a mix of tires and the setup.
Obviously we're going on to lap 12 now, so the tires should be starting to feel a little more slippery for the medium new runners.
Langfield's looking really racy with Willie Mouth. Really picks up first penalty. Langfield's go down the inside into turn 2. Leaves in the room. He's through, and he will not have DRS, which will leave him vulnerable to Billy and Willie.
Well, that's
See if they
an
come back at him.
interesting choice by Langfield
He's
there.
safe. But let's see if Billy goes down the inside of Mammoth. He sends it. It's a bit 50-50, it's half-hearted. He gets a good run. Goes into neutral for good measure. I don't know if that's on purpose or not.
Probably not. But let's see.
Oh, he's going down the inside.
Oh, Billy.
He doesn't send it, but he leaves a route. But Willie Mammoth lets him through. But is he out of DRS? He might be. Yeah, just like DRS, so Billy needs a push if he wants to save in DRS.
On the other side, I don't think Billy should be pushing too much. He hasn't been the best to manage his ERS or fuel this season, so should be careful. Although I can notice now that he's a little
Oh,
more
good pick up
proficient
with his yellow
with it
flag.
right now.
Toro Rosso spun. Willie Mouth spun. Got damage. Oh, no, he didn't have got damage. He's carrying on.
No damage, but the tires, though, they won't like that.
TJ's looking for a move on Jack. Is he going to send it? He's gone for it.
Oh.
Down the inside. Leaving them room. Jack's gone over the curb, so he'll get a worse exit. TJ's short shifted too soon, so he won't get the best exit compared to Jack. If they're fighting, they're losing time to fast, so they need to think about it strategically. If I was TJ, I'd just sit behind, save his ERS, wait for him to pit, and then push.
Well, you never know, though. This might be the point where the hard tires are starting to get quicker, which means that Halvor might want to get past to catch as much as possible, but far from...
Yeah, very true.
A lot of time going into this third sector, though.
Halvor just went wide, nearly... I think he went through the gravel a little bit. So you need to be careful with tyres. He's going very tight and stacked curve as well.
Oh, Paul into the pit. From the lead, he's going to make his pit stop on lap 13.
Be interesting to see how quick it is, how quick the red will go.
I'm just going to assume that he's done that pit stop on that lap to make sure that Jack won't be able to do an undercut.
Slow.
But
did they change his wing? I couldn't tell.
Oh, I did not watch him.
He had a slow pit stop. So.
Well, he could have had a bit of had a front wing change. Where is he gonna come out though?
Explosions picks up a 3-second time penalty.
So
TD. Oh, we get a flag.
Behind another lap.
A has to spun. Ivan spun. He's gone off where Jack went off.
So Billy on Langfield. Billy pulls out of the slipstream to dive it down the inside as he takes from the Alpha, but the Alpha is going to be fighting back on this next straight up until this left-hander can move. He's going to stay behind for now.
Let's see if...
Where did Paul came out in clean air though, so that's an advantage for him. Jack on the other hand, he might be ending out behind Tim unless Tim pits in a moment or two.
Jack's in the box.
Box. Let's see, Langfield.
That was a quick stop. Let's
see, Jackie.
Bice is in as well.
About to get out of the pit. Where is Paul? Paul is heading into turn 1 right about now. Jackie's going to be ahead and he's made the overcut work on Paul. Which means that he is right now in net P1.
Luke picks up another penalty. I don't know what happened though with Farf. Maybe he just couldn't get out of the box. He was expecting the game to do it.
Langfield on Billy into the hairpin. He's going to take that position back from Billy.
Billy's gone for the switchback.
But I don't think he's managed to get a good enough exit to make that switchback work though. Is he going to send it?
Nuke Red looking racy on Willie Mouth. Oh, Willie's gone wide. Might pick up a warning for that. Gain a bit of time. But back to the thing of Paul. I don't know if he changed his wing or he just was expecting in the game to automatically release him or something. Maybe he's not used to it. And he's lost about 6 seconds from that. So it could have been a wing change. I just had a really poor camera angle so I couldn't tell. But closest battles and tracks are currently Luke and Billy, who are the chasers, and Langfield and Willie Mouth, who are the defenders. Oh, wide low Billy just picked up a penalty going wide turn 1. Could be crucial at the end of the race.
And look at this, Billy close to Langfield. Are we going to see these drivers just passing each other
Position
one
changes,
more
Spicer.
time?
Tim's in the pit.
Tim, and he's gonna take those mediums to the end. Well, to be fair, taking those mediums to the end, that should be possible. Isn't that exactly what we did yesterday?
Fun. Yep.
Yeah.
There's a good side by side, Langfield and Billy. Langfield gets a bit of exit, but Billy's going to tuck inside the slipstream. Try and stick his nose inside this corner.
Look at these, they're going to go side by side, but
millimeters.
As Langfield is going to keep his position. Luke has made the overtake. Oh, no.
I'll tell you who's loving this battle. Jack Myers loving this because he's catching up. Even though he's already a pistol ahead, he's catching up from these two fighting. Willie and Luke have had a position change there somewhat. Willie's gone wide.
Oh, Willie's lost the back end. Luke is going to take advantage of that. He's passed Craig, and I think Craig is struggling with his hard tires right now. As we can see, Haugrud is into the pit. He's going to go over to a set of mediums then.
See the wear of those hards. That was a very quick pit stop. Is Billy going to send a move on Langfield again?
Lick the stamp and send it.
He hasn't got that much ERS and he's saving it.
Well, I mean, he's
down
at 20%.
Got more ERS, but he's using more.
Well, I mean, considering how little ERS he has right now, if he manages to get...
will it be contact? Don't think there's any damage.
Oh, he's gonna push out of this corner though, but I don't know. I think he should just save that ERS because...
Yeah, just sit behind and...
If he's passing Langfield now, he won't be able to pull away with the ERS he has, so there's really no point in doing it right now. And I will tell you, I know that Billy usually watches the streams as he's racing, so he might have picked up on that too.
I'm just going to compare the laps between TJ and Jack Mead, because I want to see if they're pulling or not. So 16.4 compared to a 16.1 from Jack, so he's pulling 3/10 a lap.
Oh, the pit lane here is about 19 seconds, isn't it?
I don't know.
I think it's about 19 seconds, and right now Jack is 16 seconds behind, so he should still be in the lead. Obviously, though, Halvor will be going on to the medium tires. But let's see here.
He's just sitting behind. He's burning his ERS for no reason. Langfield's saving more ERS.
It's
Langfield's gone wide
to watch. I gotta say, Oli, it's painful to watch how he's wasting that ERS.
He needs to conserve it more. Langfield keeps going deep in that corner. I don't know if he's having issues with his brakes or his tyres. I don't know.
I don't know, but I think
Billy had a moment.
I think tires might be starting to become an issue, although Billy seems to be handling
Something
his
that is
tires
interesting
better.
is that Paul has closed the gap to Jack. He's pulled it down from 4 seconds, now down to 1.1 second, and could potentially be in the DRS the next lap.
Tim's also passed Luke though. Tim, who's made his final pit stop. You know, I think Tim just didn't want to touch the hard tires in this race, Ollie. I think he planned to do that to stop medium.
Slow overall strategy. Hauger picks up another penalty. I think that might be his second penalty of the day. Could prove costly. Tom Spice isn't far away.
Langley once again, it's painful to watch this. He's using the ERS, then he stops using it right at the end.
Not using his gearing very well for the corner. He's almost trying to drift around the corner instead of trying to be smooth, taking the quick
I gotta be honest, Ollie, we are watching F3 here, and I'm not sure if Billy is on manual or automatic gears. I know Langfield is on automatic gears, so the gearing wise might not be that relevant for all here.
Could be good tips for them if they watch back, but Langfield had a little issue with his rear going through that last corner. You could see him going a little sideways.
Look at this,
Paul
though.
is in 6/10. Look at this, yeah.
Exactly, Paul. He is caught up to Jack. Oh, as Halvor is in the pit right now. Let's have a look. He's already out of his pit box. He's about to go out. Where is Jack? Jack and Paul coming out of the first corner right now, and they've just about gone ahead of Halvor. Oh, but those
Billy.
fresh mediums though.
Billy's trying to go for the P1. It isn't net, but he's looking. It looks like he's going to go for it this time. He's alongside. Oh, he's backed out of it. It's 50-50. Back to the D3. They're going 3 wide. Oh, TJ made contact. He's hit Jack off. No damage for any of them, but he's just going to nudge them out of the way. Could be an illegal overtaking, could be working. TJ's in an absolute hurry. He's a man on a mission to try and get this lead.
A 3-way fight for the win right now, and I believe. Well, how good? He had that back end loss earlier, but he's almost caught up to these guys, Ollie.
Rear isn't looking that stable. Could maybe do some improvements to his setup.
Although it's going to be difficult for Haugerud, as these 3 are going to be in the slipstream train, while Haugerud will be having to using all of his ERS to try to catch up. As both the 2 leaders are pitting, Langfield and Billy, which leads then Paul Farsley in first, just ahead of Halvor Schontveit, then Jack Kampenkel in third. They're all fighting for the win, take his championship title here in F3.
But TJ looks like he's going to make a move on Paul. He's looking down the inside, through that tight gap, Daniel Ricciardo-esque. Taking the tightest line possible. Is Paul going to get switched back? Nudges him in the back. Looking like he wants to make a move.
He's looking like he's fancying a move on the both of them there, but I think he's just going to have to stay back.
Wide Billy and Spice are going 2 wide with a hairpin. Billy gives him a little nudge off track, just to let him know that he wants that position. He's now going to try and catch up to Langfield just ahead of him.
Look at this though, Halvor, he's taken P1, and right now I gotta say only a mistake is gonna take away that P1 from Halvor.
Let's see how long that Paul and Jack can stick with him, if the DRS will be powerful enough. He's using no DRS, and that's just allowing him to pull away.
Well,
oh, he's out of DRS now, he just made a mistake. But that's going to ruin Jack's race, because now TJ's going to pull away. It's gone a little deep. And look at Hauger, he's pulled right back.
Hauger might be on for second place there if he can pull his way back up to these 2 in front of him.
Jack has to make this move. Jack has to make this move, otherwise he's not going to be in DRS next lap. He's got to send it. He's going for the move. 50-50. 50-50. Paul gets a better run. If you have any questions in the comments, you want us to update you on anyone's penalties, let us know.
Well, penalties, we're not gonna let you know, because obviously you won't know this, Ollie, but we're always not looking at the penalties to let that be a surprise for the end. Knowing the penalties, you just, like, if you know that the leader has 12 seconds of penalty, then, like, there is no surprise if he doesn't win suddenly.
Jack Mears just got a 3-second time on you. But back to that debate, I prefer to know, because then there's almost a bit of jeopardy on the driver to try push. It puts more pressure on the driver in the race, and we kind of get to experience the pressure. Whereas, yeah, you get surprised, but it just it can be a little bit irritating. I prefer knowing the penalties, but Jack is looking like he wants to go for a move this time. He's looking certain. He's not that certain under the brakes, but he's making sure he gets the move done. Paul is looking for a switchback. He's getting a better run, but Jack gives him the nose. And the move looks to be done unless he goes deep into this corner. It's going to be important to get this good braking. Jack goes a little deep. Not that bad though. He now has a 3.2 second gap to catch to someone who's on fresher tyres on a softer compound. Seems as though it's a nail in the coffin for him, and that TJ's won the race.
Looked like Paul was going to go a little off there. Gotta say though, Ollie, 23 laps into the race and still 11 drivers. No one's retired yet.
No retires, no VSCs, no safety car. Could we see a late safety car, virtual safety car like we had last night?
A late full safety car would be better in that case.
Yeah.
Get everyone in for those soft tires to Have a 5-lap shootout, something like that.
Something like that would be nice. Could help the people being consistent in not getting penalties. But Paul's going to make a move again on Jack. Jack's got less ERS. But Paul's going for the move. Jack's looking like he wants to hold it in there. He's holding it around the outside.
He's going to get the better
Paul,
exit.
But... No, Paul got the better exit.
Surprising. Oh,
Paul needs to come across. No. It's 50-50. He's like half-hearted, the moves. He needs to be more certain on his overtakes.
What about Billy on Langfield? He's not going to go for anything. He's just going to be sitting back for a moment. And he's down at 14% ERS. It's like if there is no management there.
Yeah.
Let's see then.
How great is one?
Oh, he's catching up, but he's got to catch up soon because in not that long, those hard tires might not be worse than Haugerud's soft tires. Medium tires, I mean.
Be interesting to see how many penalties they have at the end then. But Jack's looking like he wants to go for a move. He still hasn't got that much ERS. Haugerud's on 40%. Jack's on 30%. And Paul is on 43%. So at the moment, Paul has the most ERS.
Which is surprising with Jack sitting in his slipstream.
Billy and Langfield are still going at it. Nothing will change yet.
9 laps left. Halvor only needs to finish now and he will take the championship title today, one race before the season ends.
He'll want to be on the podium at least before the season ends. He'll want to be in a goal position to win the championship. We won't want to do Lewis Hamilton for the last couple of years. He'll want to do it properly. He'll be happy with the championship, but he wants to do it better. You can tell by the way he's driving like a man on the mission. He's not driving like Jared Fosbury in other leagues, trying to bring it home.
Oh, you just knew I was sitting thinking about that, didn't you? Jared Fosbury, Mr. Fruity Pebbles.
Oh, Jack Mears gone half-hearted. Going in the hairpin. Is Billy going to go for a move? No, he's sitting behind still.
Those moves get him ahead of Paul.
He needs to be certain about it and not 50-50. He's not going to make a move done.
He's gonna have to plan it. He's gonna have to get his exit from turn 2 and 3 correct to get close enough to Paul, and then the whole straight and just get the position into the corner.
Interestingly enough, none of them are using any ERS through this section.
They're both saving, and we can see that Haugerud isn't really catching much anymore either.
Yeah, I feel like it's at the stage where the mediums are starting to die and the hards are starting to get quicker.
Looking like it. Oh, and Ollie.
That's in deep. Yep.
Talking about Jared Fosbury, I just took a sneak peek into the F1. Don't you think I retired?
Paco's retired, I'm guessing?
No, Jared.
You know, because Paco was on that 18 DNF streak, so.
Well, Paco is actually been 4th right now, so he's not doing too badly, it looks like.
Good for him.
No moves between these two, and no moves between Billy and Langfield, and Billy and Jack are wants to pass right now. They're just both sitting behind the driver ahead of them. Obviously that could be the better tactic for them right now too, if they don't think that they can gain much on passing.
You got a few people in the chat cheering on for Jack. Hoping he gets a move done sooner rather than later. Paul's lost it! What a save!
Jack could have gone for it there, but
Jack made a mistake. So is Paul. Has he got damage, or is he just under a lot of pressure?
I don't know. Well, Well, Jack did actually say before for last week that he just wanted to get past turn 1 this week.
Oh, yellow flag, yellow flag. Who's that for? I can't tell.
And the hairpin. Oh wait, who was that?
I don't know, I couldn't see anyone on the track map.
It's Ivan. They's
Oh,
just
yeah.
getting worse.
He's retired, I think. Is he?
Oh, he has...
No, I couldn't see that.
No, he hasn't retired. He's just...
It wasn't on my track map. Got the screen overlooking it.
Jack, though, he's not able to get close enough to Paul here to actually make a move.
Paul's got 10% more ERS, which could be crucial towards another race.
Let's look at turn 1 here. I think this is the place where Jack is losing way too much to be able to make a move.
Yeah, fast pulled up a penalty. Ooh.
Oh, we did see Jack pull up a penalty a few laps ago, so this might mean that they're equal.
Snatch P2 here if he didn't have any penalties.
Look at this though, Jack is not gonna be... Oh, but look at Billy! Look at Billy on Langfield! Finally,
he's gone deep, he's gone deep!
Oh, but Langfield might be coming back at him! Oh, as they're side by into this flat out right-hander before this next left-hander. They're still side by side. Billy's gonna leave Langfield the space, but he's been able to take the position from Langfield here and put himself up into 5th.
The fastest lap of the race.
Oh.
You won't be awarded points for it, but you still might go for it. William Mammoth might be interested in going, or Tim could be interested in going for that.
Oh,
Jack get picked on a penalty. There's a few drivers that could potentially be motivated to go pick fastest lap point.
Well, yeah, a few drivers. Tim, unless he doesn't think he can catch Tom for one.
Hauger's backed all the way off. His tyres are dead. Wide leg Billy's looking to get.
It's kind of looking like it. Langfield doesn't look like he's able to stay with him right now, but
he's gone wide.
But Jack, though, look at Jack. Look at Jack on pole. He's not gonna go for the inside there. Is Billy using all his ERS though? He's not used that much more than Langfield either. Jack on the other side is a little bit closer to Paul, so we're gonna stay on with this battle line. Gotta say, I feel like we've kind of been staying on this battle for the whole race, Ollie.
Yeah, I've been scrolling through. You've got a few battles down, for example, the battle for P7, the battle for P5, and of course the battle for P2, which may turn into a battle from P4. Yeah, it could turn into a battle for P4 with wide leg Billy catching down Alder, who's on the older tyres.
The battle for P7 on the other end, I'm not too sure about that with Tim being on 14 laps old mediums right now. Although
still catching.
But what about Jack though? Can he finally be close enough? He is not. But let's see though.
Billy's in DRS of Hauger.
Billy. Three-way fight for 4th.
Ooh, Paul's starting to close the gap down on TJ.
A little bit. I highly doubt that it'll be enough. You know, you never know. TJ might be starting to save this race. Oh, Billy showing himself to Hauger, letting him know that he's there.
Oh, he's gone grass. He's gone deep. It's Sebastian Vettel.
Oh no, it is not a Vettel. Almost.
That's going to be embarrassing.
He's
going to be kicking himself after that. He just lost a position to Langfield. He's been fighting all race to try to get ahead of.
He got a little greedy and it backfired. Langfield. Oh, wait, whoa. Almost lost it in turn 1 there, and you can see that Langfield is side by side with him now.
He's hanging around the outside.
And I think Hauger is through his tires now.
Hauger to pick up the DRS. He might shoot. Oh, he's got no DRS. He's got no DRS.
He has no DRS to play with.
He's choosing to burn it instead of saving it.
and you can see that this is costing him. He doesn't have any
He's going on the inside. Look at Billy going for a switchback. Langfield's got all the way off the track.
Well, he's left the Haugrid more than enough space at least.
Tim might be making a move on Spicer. Tim's going for a move on Spicer. Tom's moving to avoid the slipstream. And he's going to send it down the inside. Bit of 50-50, a little bit of contact. Shoves him wide for good measure.
Oh.
Gets the move done. Isn't it cleanest moves, but Spicer come back on track in the side by side. Oh,
maybe not the cleanest. Oh, as Haugrid is in the gravel. And how God did he save that?
He's gone off again. Tom Spicer picks up on the penalty.
Haugrid in the gravel. I have no idea what corner that is, but it is the fast right-hander in the last sector. Just save it though.
Ooh, he just had a moment. He's really low on fuel. Jack's got this lap and another lap to get this move done if he wants to get that P2.
Oh, he's a little bit closer than he was at the left.
He's
before,
not pushing.
I don't think he's close
I
enough.
feel like it's safe to say that Paul's got this done. He's got more ERS and he seems to be just be more consistent.
Ruben asks, what is the fastest?
Billy's going for a move on Langfield. Billy's going for Langfield. Oh, no, he's not quite going for it.
Well,
Langfield's deep again.
Oh. To answer you just quickly, Ruben, the fastest lap is a 1:14.168 by the leader Halvor. In the meantime,
Jack's got done to 2 attempts.
Now. You know, it's kind of weird to say, but I think if Jack is gonna get this move done, I think he might have to actually get close going into the last sector, because that's where it's looking like he is catching.
He's got a bad run out the last corner. He's losing time. He's just lost 2 attempts down that little straight. Oh, yellow flag. Oh, Ivan's lost it again.
Ah, it's Ivan. Ivan's not really had the best race today.
Billy's got a really good run at turn 1. He picked up another penalty for it. He might suffer.
Jack though, Jack is going to be too far behind, but he's going to be pushing as much as he can down this straight.
Enough.
We're going to get back to that battle now, as we can see that Billy, he's going to try to get this position from, well, it's Langfield making it.
He just got overtaken. Langfield just overtaken.
Oh, but he's going to try to make that position back now though. I don't think he's going to be able, and I think he'd lost that position now.
Well, Jack's last overtaking moves can be into the Sachs curve. That's his last realistic chance. And no, it's done.
Is he gonna go? Nah, and then he's gonna be staying behind. In the meantime, Halvor Schontveit around the final corner to take another win in this IRL F3 season, as he becomes the driver's champion here.
He's run out of fuel.
He
ran out of fuel going across the line. And Jack went into the back of him,
separating Paul and Jack in second and third.
Jack could have got it. He didn't realise he ran out of fuel.
Billy has taken... Well, Billy's lost 5th on penalties to Haugrid. Billy is 6th then. Tim, with a disappointing home Grand Prix, is going to take 7th place here, going over the line right about now. Then Tom Spicer is going to go over the line there to take 8th. Craig will... Oh, and look at this. Craig Woolley and Luke Baker. Pitted 1 lap ago.
He was going for the fastest lap. Oh, he's going to move on the outside of the Sachs curve.
Luke Baker around. Ah, can he make it stick, Ollie?
He wasn't given the room. He wasn't given the room. He's going down the inside.
Oh, and look at this. Into the second to last corner. As Luke Baker takes 9th far from Craig Woolley.
He gets it back on penalties.
But yeah. So it's 10th for Luke Baker in the end, 9th for Craig Woolley, and Ivan Brito taking 11th. Oh, no points, but gotta give it to Ivan though. His race got ruined pretty early on when he started spinning, and he stayed until the end, Ollie.
Kept spinning. I don't know if his setup was an issue or...
I don't know, maybe he
carried on. Show the resilience and carried on.
I will assume that he was hoping for a safety car there at the end, but great to see that he didn't give up and kept trying. as Halvor takes his championship title, and in the best way possible, with a victory in Germany with 1 race to go.
He's the only driver without a penalty.
Halvor.
Yeah.
The race winner, Halvor, the only driver without a penalty. And look at that, 4th to 1st. Then, obviously, Paul in 2nd in his debut race, 3rd on the grid, finishing in 2nd. Jack, after a abysmal quali, the first one to crash out within, what was it, the first 30 seconds maybe?
Yeah.
Starting 10th, but getting up to 3rd place, making this his 2nd podium in a row. Langfjell fighting for the championship, but lost out and got 5th in the end. And we are gonna try to see if we can get the top 3 in for interviews then. Well, now, Ollie, calm down. It is alright. F2 you mean? Oh, Paco Suarez might be taking his first F2 victory since last season. As I am trying to find the drivers there. Check. So we invited the top 3 then. Well, I will have to say, if Paco manages to get this win, it will be the best season, to say the least. Gotten 3rd place Jack in already. Okay. Hang on a small moment to see if we can get the 2 others in.
Remember to check your voice on Chad.
Oh, there are. These guys are regulars. Well, Halvor is. Jack is starting to be one. But Jack, first of all, congratulations on 3rd place and another podium.
Thank you.
And secondly, then quali. We gotta talk about that. It was a long, boring quali for you, wasn't it?
It gave me time to make a strategy, which I definitely think played to my advantage in the end.
Well, nonetheless, though, quali. You crashed out. Was it turn 1? Straight away? No, it was. Yeah, I remember. It was that fast ride.
The start of stadium.
So what happened there? Because like you were on an outlap, so you shouldn't have really needed to push or anything, and suddenly
I was just trying to get some warmth into my tyres. Pushed out a bit wide, and before I had known it, I lost control and just hit the wall. Really.
Well, not the way to start a race, but lining up 10th on the grid though with fresh tires, you had a pretty good first lap. It looked like we didn't. I don't know if Ollie catched what happened at the back of the grid, but after the first lap, I saw that you were up to 7th, I believe.
You were correct.
So, like, what happened on that first lap? How did you get up there?
Well, from the start, I had a much better launch than the 2 cars ahead of me, which prompted me to get into 8th, and with all the chaos that was happening into the hairpin, I managed to get another position from there. But it was mainly just following another car from then on.
Alright. After that, though, I believe you were involved in a fight between you, Tim. I can't remember exactly who were ahead of you. It might have been Halvor.
I believe he was the race winner.
And it was Halvor. All right, so it was Halvor taking out everybody. All right. Now though, but that fight though, there was some stuff happening there, and I remember that was it Ivan spinning in, or Luke spinning in the final corner? That gave a few of the guys spring damage. Like, did you get away from that without any?
I did. I feel like I was much luckier than everyone else, especially Tim, since we are pretty much on the same strategy, but oh well. Can't really do much about that.
Fair enough. But after that, though, after the soft runners were out of the picture, for a long time it looked like it was between you and Paul in the Red Bull. And at the end there, you had been sitting behind him for a long time, and we never really saw an overtake in the end. Well, maybe we saw a few, but like, what was it that hindered you from being able to pass him?
Well, the nature of Germany is that, especially through the final sector, is horrible with dirty air. So I would gain on him in the straights, but then just lose him in the stadium, and it just meant I could never get close enough to actually form an overtake. But I can only speak positively of Farf, because he drove a really good race in my opinion. Definitely deserved the podium.
Nice respect there.
Can I just add a little question?
Yeah, I was just about to ask you.
So, we noticed during the race that you seemed to be pushing a lot during the straight, not saving your ERS. Do you feel as though that could have cost you an extra position on the podium? Because it could have changed the result, perhaps, the way you deployed it. Is that something you'd look forward to maybe improving in the future?
I think so. I really did try to keep with him on the straights, considering that I was losing so much time during the stadium section. But definitely going into the next race, which I don't actually know what it is.
Brazil.
I'm definitely going to have to practice my ERS management.
Good to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Any more questions from you, Ollie?
Also, on your overtakes, how did you feel you were performing during your overtakes? Do you feel as though you could maybe be more decisive?
Well, definitely when Farf was making a couple of mistakes during turn 1, I feel like I could have actually taken advantage of it a bit more, but I didn't want to risk it, as I didn't want to tamper with the one-stop strategy I was doing. But definitely I think I need to be more aggressive for Brazil.
Aggressive, like in general, just under overtaking.
Yeah, I feel like I need to take more advantage in, like, for Interlagos turn 1 and turn 3 and such.
Yeah.
If I can do that, I feel like I could actually have a chance of the win.
Yeah.
Well, unless you have any more questions, Ollie, then...
No, nothing really to say apart from well done. Congrats on the podium, you two, and good luck for next week.
Thank you.
Good luck for next week, yeah. And with that, I don't believe we've gotten Paul into interviews. No. So we'll be jumping straight on to the race winner and also the championship winner, Halvor.
Yes.
First of all, quali didn't go as expected, I believe. You did mess up your medium lap there, but do you think that was the better option in the end, or?
Nah, I rather would have started further ahead with mediums, but yeah, it worked out. Luckily, I got to keep up with the medium runners and chucked in quite decent laps when they got in, so I wasn't too far behind on the mediums, and then, yeah, that was really helping me the last couple of laps with this strategy.
Fair enough, fair enough. Well, at the beginning there, though, you didn't look that racy, to say it like that. You got passed by your teammate, and for a small time there, I thought the championship would have maybe lived on another week, but Like, was that the case though? Like in the beginning, did you struggle a little bit too much, or were you just like getting to grips?
I felt like I just didn't want to get any damage or be involved in any stupid incidents, so yeah, I was just tucking behind, saving my ERS, saving my fuel, and just picking my moments, really.
Fair enough, fair enough. Then on to the second part of the race though. I remember you staying behind Jack for a while, just letting him do the work pretty much, it looked like. But on to the second part, when you went on the mediums, you didn't get out too far behind Jack and Paul, and got past them pretty quickly. Like when you saw those two ahead of you, what were you thinking?
I saw them were battling, or at least driving very closely, so I wanted to get past when my tires were a lot better than theirs. So I haven't seen it back yet, but I think I bumped into either Jack or Farth, I don't know, but yeah, I wasn't sure if I should have left or given back the position, but yeah, I didn't really understand myself what happened, so I just decided to move on.
Well, nonetheless though, you did get past, and after you got past, you pretty much cruised your way to the finish line, and well, took the win on the championship on the same day with kind of a good race in the end. How are you feeling right now?
It feels good. I've had it coming for a while. I could have secured it last week if I raced, but yeah, it feels good to finally have it sealed, and no more speculation on who's on if Langfield gonna take it on the end, or yeah. But yeah, I'm happy with winning the championship and hopefully move up a division for the next season.
Oh, can't confirm anything before the next season starts, but I will be expecting a move up for you. Any questions from you, Ollie?
What would you say your strong points throughout the race were? A few points mentioned, such as consistency, not picking up any penalties, or would you say it's you're picking your moments, picking your right overtakes? What do you feel like you did the best at today?
Today was probably just being consistent, really, not do any stupid mistakes, and don't pick up any damage. Was really what made me go away with it today, and yeah, it was just overall decent race where it all went to plan.
Yeah, you drove very well today and deserved that win, so
Cheers.
Well done. Good luck for next week as well.
Thank you.
And my last question on Halvor next week, being Brazil. Obviously the championship wrapped up, the constructor is wrapped up. We're gonna see some donuts. Are you gonna just I mean,
it depends. If I'm not in contention for the win, then probably do some donuts at the end. But I'd rather take a win at the end.
Are you going to be starting from the back?
We'll see. We'll see.
That's the first challenge. Well,
Maybe.
nonetheless, though, congratulations on another win, and obviously the championship, the constructor championship, and well, good luck for next week and next season.
Thank you.
And with that, Ollie, I don't know if there is anything specific you want to add before we start shutting it off.
No, I'm all good. I'm all good.
All good. Well, with that, I think we're gonna shut down the stream for this week. It's been an interesting one, and also thank you to you, Ollie, who joined me when my regular wasn't here. And
It was an absolute pleasure. Thank you for having me.
oh, it's been a pleasure from my side too. And with that, this has been IRL F3 round 20 around Germany. It was an exciting race in the end. With that, there is one round left, Brazil next week, and hopefully you'll be there again. Hopefully you'll also like and subscribe to our channel for more action. F1 will be hitting Brazil at 6 p.m. at Saturday next week with both me and Ollie racing, I assume. So have a good night, and let's hope to see you next week.